Princess Academy School and Reviews.
Welcome to the making of Rapunzel's room. I recently watched her movie, Tangled, and it was completely inspirational. You guys, Rapunzel is seriously the most talented of all Disney princesses. She can bake, sing, paint, sew, and knit, just to name a few. But perhaps we'll cross off singing from my list of talents. Back to her room. I chose Rapunzel's color palette based on her dress and furniture from her tower. Pinks, purples, and yellows paired with a wooden floor. Using some vinyl fabric in a shiny purple color, I decorated the wall. Did you notice the cute castle shape it has? Next, I used some adhesive shelf liner with a wooden print to cover the floors. We'll use some plastic film to protect our floor, and using yellow acrylic paint and a little sponge, we'll decorate the walls by pouring some paint onto the film and using the wet sponge to smear little stars all over the wall. The sponge we're using is actually from the Barbie color reveal dolls. Make sure you get plenty of paint on the sponge. Oops, I should have worn gloves for this. Now comes the fun part. We simply use the sponge to stamp the walls. Sometimes the sponge will get stuck to the wall, just like this one. Once you have enough stars on your wall, you'll want to let the paint dry. It shouldn't take long since we're using acrylic paint. Next, with a small brush, you'll want to outline the stars and make them more defined. I wanted this to be a combination of the sun symbol of Corona and the murals Rapunzel paints on her walls all over the tower. Now the walls are beautifully decorated and it's time to move on to the furniture. We'll start by adding a rug made with wool yarn in a neutral gray color to add some warmth to the room and to add some visual interest to the floor. This will make the room extra cozy for Rapunzel and Pascal. And we'll place our beautiful creation in the center of the room. To make the bed, I used gold wrapping paper left over from Christmas, a piece of foamy material from a previous project, and a small box. The foam fabric was absolutely necessary. I'm so glad I didn't throw the rest of this tiny piece away because it adds a cushy, snug, and almost fluffy feel to the bed. The pillows, like most things in this room, were also made from leftover fabric scraps in different shades of yellow. And of course, some hot glue. Speaking of fabric scraps, I found this little gem that will make a perfect decoration for our bed. It's see-through, but it has a beautiful golden pattern that reminds me of the golden lights Rapunzel is so obsessed with. This is a good spot for it, for now. Remember Rapunzel's chair, the one she uses when she tries to convince Flynn to take her to see the golden lights? Well, that was my inspiration for this little chair. It's actually from another dollhouse. I simply gave it a fresh coat of paint. Rapunzel's a crafty gal, so she needs lots of space to put all her stuff in. Lucky for us, we found this cute dresser. Oh, and watch this, guys. You can actually put stuff in it. I chose not to paint it because it gives it a cool unfinished wood look that feels very homey. This tiny little lamp was made by wrapping yarn around the base of an empty bottle of paint and decorating the lid with some fabric. But not everything is recycled. This little guy is from a mini animator set and it's none other than Maximus, the bravest, smartest, most dashing horse in all of Corona. Rapunzel and her frying pan, the frying pan and Rapunzel, two unlikely friends. But seriously, can you imagine the movie without the frying pan? We'll place our lamp on the dresser and our frying pan on the bed. because you need to have weapons handy in case someone sneaks into your tower trying to hide a crown they just stole. Oh, and let's not forget about Maximus. We're definitely going to add this beautiful bookcase to the room. I did take the time to give it a watered-down coat of paint to make the items inside stand out more. I read somewhere that placing some furniture higher than others makes the room more visually interesting, so we're going to place you in the corner. Now for the accessories. I always think of Rapunzel as a photographer, wanting to capture every detail of her newfound freedom through her lens. But mostly I think she'd just take a lot of photos of Pascal in cute outfits. That's what I would do. Being trapped in a tower all your life means you've lots of time to play different instruments. Like this Barbie violin. Rapunzel, your hair is everywhere! I'm also going to add this little Rapunzel figurine I got, I believe in a Kinder Egg. I'm not sure, guys, I've had it for some time. And what is Rapunzel without her comb? I have some empty tubes of acrylic paint that I refuse to get rid of, so they will be joining the bottom shelf. This lamp was indeed from another dollhouse, but it's adorable and the lampshade is yellow, so my choices were either Belle's or Rapunzel's home. Rapunzel obviously won, so we're going to put it right here next to the bed. Perhaps Rapunzel can use this little basket to hide her crown. So far, I like the view, but looking back at the movie, I feel like there's something else we could add. Some plastic flower pots will do. Pascal can be seen hiding behind a flower pot at the beginning of the movie, and looking at the first song, When Will My Life Begin, I noticed Rapunzel has several pots of flowers right by the window, so I'd like to include some empty pots in her room as well. Perhaps some neighborly princess will gift her some beautiful roses for her birthday. Perhaps Belle? We'll add an electric guitar and a tambourine to make the room a bit messier. The bed needs a little jazzing up, so I'm going to include this miniature duvet made with yellow felt and light pink knitted fabric. Make sure to rearrange your pillows. Our Corona-inspired bed runner will add some texture and pattern. We all know Rapunzel has some serious talent when it comes to painting, so we're going to include an easel in her room so she can paint beautiful self-portraits. Now it's time for Pascal to join the picture. This beautiful, loyal, brave, and adventurous chameleon also loves to spend time with Mini Rapunzel and Flynn Jr. Hide and seek is their favorite game. Come on, Pascal, just one more round of hide and seek, please. Yeah, just one more, pal. I'll bake you cookies. I'll let you win. Well, there you are. It's time to go to the vet. Has anybody seen my purple dress? Did you mean this one? The one with short sleeves that you wore during your entire movie?
Wow!
Yes, well, it's an iconic dress. Every princess has one, you know. The staging of Rapunzel's house is finally done, and now we can play with our dolls. Right now it's bedtime, and little Flynn Jr. and mini Rapunzel, and of course Pascal, are not sleepy yet. What can our princess do to make them go to bed? Perhaps she can let the kids play with Pascal for a bit. He loves changing colors and playing hide and seek. Perhaps he can hide behind those flowers. Or behind that painting. They'll never find me. I'll count to 10 this time and you guys hide. There's no way she'll ever find us here. Shh, she'll hear you. Found you! Now off to bed with you. Mom, can you tell us how you and Dad met? Oh my, that's a very long story. But it all started with a single drop of sunlight.
Don't forget to subscribe